Hello, exiles, and welcome to another episode of my path in in Path of Exile. And we have here a couple days till the start of the new league. I'm really looking forward to what will be going on there, and it's time to think about the starter. And I was inspired by the build, which was not very satisfying at the end of the calendar league. It was some experiment, and you can watch it here. I'll save the link below. Um, I wanted to make something cheap, fast, to farm the map and also to kill bosses. And the idea came to me as full physical to chaos conversion with added chaos, with some flat chaos damage, and it's Deadeye. Yes, Cobra lash full conversion, not poison Deadeye. There are only four major uniques that you need to get for the build, and it's some kind of do-it-yourself build because you have four items, you have a really generic tree. It's non-crit build, that's why we utilize precise technique, some marks, and some gels with follow-through, which are a bunch of our damage. As you can see, each follow-through gives us about 1 million. But while leveling, you do not get the gels, and they are very expensive at the beginning, so you follow the simple generic tree. This part and this part with corruption and effect of withered chaos damage, it's the last thing you get. So while you're avoiding these jewels, you can get some other nodes like physical and chaos damage here, some accuracy and attack speed, here. But be careful, this precise technique, as we are non-crit build, requires our accuracy higher than maximum life, so take care about it. And as you can see, if we take some more life, we instantly drop 1/3 of our DPS. Let's get into it. So we are Deadeye, using Gathering Winds, Focal Point, Ricochet, and Far Shot. If you are not a fan of Far Shot, you can drop it for some defensive layers like Wind Ward or some extra projectiles and get just point blank instead of that. But your damage will be cut somehow. Through the tree, just take life nodes, frenzy charges, as we through the map mastery get our frenzy charges while hitting the unique enemy. And while mapping is just blood rage. Some claw nodes, but they're not mandatory. You can just follow your path and get other kinds of damage or defensive layers through the tree. So we just have 2 touch of anguish, which are 1 chaos at the beginning of the league, and they give us additional chains. That's why the overall integration in the build is very good, because we benefit from our Cobra lash to have more damage from each remaining chain. That's why we use Touch of Anguish. Of course, if we push this build to huge end game, we can get rid of them and get better physical plus chaos damage claws with ultimate attack speed. We don't need crit chance, but we can have some chaos damage modifiers or other things. But at the beginning, yes, 2 touch of anguish, 1 mings heart, because the second one is not that beneficial than the first one. It's some extra damage from our physical, and the covenant. It's a huge damage boost, some life and intelligence, which we of course need for our errors. But of course, it's not mandatory too. You can use lioness vision, but be careful. We'll have other support gems if we use another armor. So we'll have added chaos or awakened added chaos, whatever you get. There are a bunch of support gems that can be obtained. What manipulation, cruelty, chain, slow approach, I think are the best, and then you can use between chance to poison, faster attacks, less duration, maybe fog, empower. All of them give approximately the same amount of damage. That's why we are very agile in this. Blood Rage with Withering Step for auras, precision, purity of elements, determination, and depending on your budget, we can include Vitality for some additional region, except we have life gained, and you can get some attack damage leached as life from our tree or jewels. We can have Unholy Might from the Chaos large cluster jewels. You can swap them too, and not to use Sin's Rebirth as a flask, which gives us Unholy Might. Just generic Belt of the Deceiver with Intimidate, Life, Res, Strength, Global Fees, Reduced Damage from crit strikes is the best option, but if you have the budget to implement some rare option staging wise, all the stuff can be really changed and up to your requirements. So you can take other large cluster jewels, but medium ones are still good, and they give us too much damage. For amulet, I didn't decide what to have for the amulet. We can have gloomfang and some interaction with a tornado maybe, or Zephyr's Heart for additional chill, which is a good defensive layer, and additional shocks. Also surprising for Envy and some global defenses. Crown of the Inward Eye is the option which gives us life, armor, and if we have the enchantment is a huge boost. So as you can see, only the helmet gives us 1/4 of our damage and a great amount of defenses. I think it will be successful. I'll keep in touch with you while starting the league, and let's dive into 320 together. Like, subscribe, leave your comments in the commentary section, and support me with your views. Best wishes, and see you next time. Goodbye.